Hello and welcome to AI Pulse, where we're breaking down the biggest AI news for you. It's March 4th, 2026, and we are kicking things off today with a single, pretty shocking number that tells you everything you need to know about the growing crisis of trust in AI. Okay, here it is, 295%. Now, what do you think that represents? It's not a stock price, it's not a performance boost. Nope. That is the massive, almost unbelievable surge in people uninstalling ChatGPT right after it announced a partnership with the Pentagon. A huge public backlash. And that's where our story begins today. So let's get right into it, because this isn't just about one app getting deleted. This whole episode points to a much bigger problem, a real crisis of trust between us, the public, and the AI platforms we use every single day. I mean, just look at the fallout here. The numbers are wild. On a normal day, ChatGPT sees about a 9% uninstall rate, but on February 28th, that number just exploded to 295%. At the exact same time, new downloads fell off a cliff, and the App Store was just flooded with one-star reviews. It's pretty clear people were voting with their phones, and they were not happy. And you know where all those users went? They didn't just give up on AI. They switched sides. As people bailed on ChatGPT, they ran straight to its competitors. This massive exodus actually pushed its rival, Claude, all the way to the #1 spot in the US App Store. It's a huge signal that for a lot of us, ethics aren't just a talking point. They're a feature. Okay, so let's move to our next story, because it gets even more interesting. While the public was sending a clear message against a military deal, the government was doing something completely different. It's really a tale of two deals. This is just a wild contrast. On one side, you've got Anthropic, the company behind Claude. The Pentagon dropped them. Other major departments are phasing them out. They've even been labeled a supply chain risk, basically because they were pushing for more safeguards on military AI. But on the other side, you've got OpenAI. The White House is actually mandating that agencies use them, signing a new deal to put their tech on the Department of Defense's classified network. Talk about a disconnect between what the public wants and what the government is prioritizing for national security. So all this political drama is unfolding, but behind the scenes, the market competition is just getting fiercer by the day. The AI arms race is about way more than government contracts. It's about who can innovate the fastest. Let's look at what else dropped today, March 4th. So even with all its issues in DC, Anthropic is not slowing down. Today, they launched a new voice mode for Claude Code, which is a really big deal for developers. You can literally just talk to the AI, tell it what code to write, and even talk through bugs like you're working with a human partner. It's a direct shot at tools like GitHub Copilot, and a huge bet that the future of coding is conversational. And of course, the race isn't just about software. Right now, Apple is holding these huge events all over the world: New York, London, Shanghai, and the rumors are flying. We're talking new M5-powered MacBook Pros, maybe a new budget MacBook for under $1,000, which would be a game changer, refreshed iPads, and even an iPhone 17e. The point is, the hardware that runs all this AI is evolving just as quickly as the AI itself. So you've got these incredible models, and you've got all this powerful new hardware. But what's the one thing they all need to run on? Data. And that has created a whole new industry. And it's putting a very real price tag on intelligence. And this leads to a pretty brilliant strategy from News Corp's CEO. He's basically saying, hey, don't look at us as a company AI is going to replace. Look at us as the essential fuel for AI. He's rebranding his media company as an AI input company, the place you go to get the high-quality, human-made content to train your models. Pretty smart, right? And let me tell you, it's a very profitable business. Check out this number, $250 million. That's what News Corp got from OpenAI back in 2024 for a 5-year deal to use its content. That kind of set the stage for everything that followed. Because today, on March 4th, they announced yet another deal. This time, it's with Meta, and it's worth up to $50 million per year. The trend couldn't be clearer. If you own quality data, you are sitting on a digital goldmine. But of course, it's not all shiny new features and big money deals. All this crazy fast growth is coming with some serious hidden costs. We're talking about the real consequences of AI errors, tough ethical questions, and its absolutely massive hunger for energy. And this is a really tough story that serves as a warning. A senior reporter at Ars Technica, who is sick, used an AI tool to help him finish an article. But the tool made up quotes, and they got published. He owned the mistake immediately. But by February 28th, he lost his job. It's just a gut-wrenching reminder that these tools can amplify human error in really dangerous, career-ending ways.
So, in response to these kinds of problems, we saw two major announcements today. First, X is cracking down on misinformation by hitting creators with a 90-day revenue ban if they post unlabeled AI videos of armed conflicts. And second, a bunch of tech giants, Amazon, Google, Meta, you name it, signed a pledge at the White House promising to pay for the power their new data centers use so our electricity bills don't skyrocket just to run their AIs.
And that really brings us to the big question for today, doesn't it? We've seen users fighting back, governments making their own moves, and companies racing ahead while real people face the consequences. So with AI getting more powerful every single day, who's ultimately on the hook for what happens next? Is it the companies, the coders, the government, or is it us? That's the big question we're all trying to answer. Thanks for tuning in.